Remember, local Union County news.
Oh, I'm Phil DeComo.
And I'm Joe Saladina, and we're here for GLTV, Berkeley Heights, New Jersey.
Let's get to some news now. Joe?
I'm here with Union County local news. In Hillside, candidates will compete for a place on the new township council in a runoff election on June 10th. Balloting is scheduled for 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. for seats in the first, second, and third awards. The winners will take their places on the Township Council on July 1st under the new Township Council. The first place runner was Joe Pickney, second Karen McCoy, and third Maria Barreo. Now let's hear a little sports from Phil.
All right. For hockey news, the Red Wings beat the Flyers 2-1 for the championship. Some comments were that the Red Wings of '97 played like an unstoppable machine that never encountered technical errors and never stops doing its job. On Belmont news, Frank Stonerock, owner of Touch Gold, was number one in the Belmont Stakes yesterday as Chris McGurn sits upon a horse in the winner's circle. Back to you, Joe.
Now let's hear some more local news. Helpers of the homeless land their own site. Summit's first City Hall and Firehouse will be restored to perfection under an agreement in which the city will lease a 105-year-old building to a nonprofit group that helps the homeless families. The National Interfaith Hospitality Network agreed to rent the hall for $46,000 per year. In return, the group will invest up to $400,000 to fix up the building. In New Jersey, male gymnasts tumble out of schools. Kevin Drake had hoped he would be the next captain of the boys gymnastic team at the Hunterdon High School, but these hopes were destroyed last month when the region dropped boys gymnastics in schools. No school in North Jersey now has a gymnastic team. There is now only 5 teams existing in New Jersey. Let's go back to Phil with more sports.
All right, on baseball news, the Red Sox took a chance and signed Brett Saberhagen as a free agent last winter. Even though he was coming off a shoulder injury, hoping for a miracle comeback, well, it now looks possible that the 2-time Cy Young Award winner could be coming back to in about a month. Last week, Saberhagen threw 80 pitches in a simulated game and was said to be throwing 75 to 80% velocity. Saberhagen, 33, hasn't pitched since October 1st, 1995, and was presumed to be done. But now there's at least a chance he can make it back. Oakland's Mark McGwire, who has 23 home runs and 208 bats, is still hitting home runs at a record rate, one every 8.98 bat season. But how about his teammate Matt Stairs, a backup outfielder and pitch hitter? Stairs has 8 home runs in his 72 at-bats this season, which works out to be one every 9.0 at-bats. Ed Hearn, the Mets' backup catcher behind Gary Carter during the 1986 championship season, is probably remembered most for being the player that the Mets traded to Kansas City for David Cohn, calling by Ewing Kauffman, the team's late owner, the worst trade in Royals history. Back to you, Joe.
In Edison, New Jersey, for a day, yesterday, June 9th, National Historic Site Edison Museum in West Orange came back to life as part of a year-long celebrations of the 150th anniversary of Thomas Edison's birthday. As a part of the celebrations, Crenshaw offered 3 mini concerts, and Hop Bazja chairman of yesterday's festivities, said to the sparse crowds of Edison Heritage Day, "We know we're here, so it's okay." And now let's get some weather. Okay. Yesterday it was an amazing 82 degrees in the Morristown, Newark area, with not a cloud in the sky. And today is going to be a sweltering 87 degrees, partly cloudy in the morning, clearing to nothing but sunshine, moving down to the high 60s to the low 70s. Tomorrow it should be mid 60s in the morning to low 80s by noon, then back to the low 70s by sundown. And now back to Phil with more sports.
All right. Here's some bowling stats for you guys. During the first match, Daltz defeated Webb 215 to 160. During the second match, Ward defeated Daltz 267 to 225. And then their championship match, Ward defeated Weber 240 to 188. Showboat King of the Hill, Ray Walter Williams Jr., Stockton, California, defeated Tom Baker, Buffalo, New York, 236 to 150. Some international soccer for you guys. Georgia 2, Moldova 0, Belgium 6, San Marino 1, Macedonia 1, Iceland 0, Portugal 2, Albany 0, Ukraine 0, Germany 0, Africa 0, Nigeria 3, Kenya 0, Marco 1, Ghana 0. That's it. Back to you, Joe.
In the past couple of months, the state passed a law that makes tongue piercing illegal. Now, Jim, Phil, and I went out and got people's opinions on body piercing. Let's see what the public has to say about this. Roll.
How do you feel about that body piercing law?
Body piercing, I think it's pretty cool, but just don't be like Arthur Saladino where he had his whole face into a big like hardware store type thing. It's alright, just don't take it too far.
Good advice. Back to you.
Catch you later.
Hey, Major Smith, how do you feel about the body piercing issue?
Well, I think it's an individual decision. You have to decide. All I can say is that you want to go to a reputable place, be sure that if they're going to do it, that it's nice, safe, secure, sanitary, and just kind of think about the long-term effects there. Obviously, if you're just graduating and you're going for an interview, some people maybe want to think twice they're going to be hiring somebody with rings coming out of their nose and lips. But it's an individual decision there. Just be careful. That's all I can say. Okay, thank you. Sure.
Thanks.
Thanks. Good luck.
Hi, we're here with Ryan Vincent. How do you feel about body piercing?
I feel very strongly about this. I feel like they're a very spiritual experience and very emotionally for experience, and I don't think that they are fashionable or trendy or whatever. I feel that it's a very emotional experience to get pierced and have your life on that way. So.
Thanks, Brian.
Hey, Mariah. I like it a lot, as you can see.
We'll have some more footage after that. But for now, Phil, what do you think about that topic of the law against body piercing?
I think it's just a trend that should die. Just something stupid. Nothing to
Yeah.
ever really do. How about you, Joe? What do you feel about the subject?
I think it's okay. Just don't take it to the max.
Exactly. Can we get to that other footage?
Well, I think body piercing is okay. It's up to you if you want to get it done to put metal in your body. But obviously, I'm not into it. But I guess piercing your ear and stuff are okay. And I guess it's cool. It's fun.
It's not true.
Yeah, thank you.
Sylvia, how do you feel about body piercing?
I guess it's cool. I mean, if you like it, do it. But if you don't kind of, it's okay. Yeah.
Thank you, Sylvia.
Thanks.
How do you feel about the body piercing issue?
I think it's fun. I mean, it's a form of self-expression, so why not?
All right. Thank you.
What do you think about the body piercing issue?
I think it's just kind of
Well, body piercing.
I think body piercing is really cool, and I think that it makes a statement.
Yes, it makes
Yeah,
a
I
statement.
agree. Yeah.
I was gonna get my tongue pierced, but it just never happened. I'm very upset.
Yeah.
No, it's illegal now to get your tongue pierced.
No, it's
No,
not.
not in our
here.
state. Not in our state. I think that's Connecticut or something.
Well, I want to get my nose pierced.
I wanna get my belly button pierced.
I got Prince Albert. Okay, well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And now to Phil with more sports.
All right, for some sports news. For
Uh,
some news, local news, two teens were arrested. In Montclair, two teens were arrested, and a 33-year-old man was injured yesterday. Yesterday, when a fight broke out during the annual Montclair African American Heritage Festival at Glenfield Park, Montclair Police Chief Thomas Russo said Kenny Thompson, 33, of Hubson Street in Newark, sustained lacerations to the face and head as a result of a dispute that broke out about 6 p.m. during the all-day festival. Russo said police were still investigating the cause of the fracas. And to you, Joe.
It's about all the time we have, so this is Joe Saladino
Phil DeColo.
reporting for GLTV. Thank you. It seems we have more time.
All right, for some more local news. A Sayreville man was shot to death early yesterday morning in Perth Amboy in an incident that apparently stemmed from an argument earlier in the week between the two groups of men. Scott Fields, 27, a resident of the Winding Woods Apartments in Sayreville, was hit in the buttocks and the bullet went through his stomach, according to Middlesex County Prosecutor Robert W. Gluck. The incident occurred about 2 a.m. on Grant Street in Perth Amboy. Gluck said a member of the victim's group called police. By the time they arrived, members of both groups had scattered. The victim had run some distance from the scene of the shooting, and he was not discovered immediately. Two persons unrelated in the incident found his body about an hour later. An hour later, Dr. Marvin Schuster performed an autopsy late in the morning. The prosecutor said the two groups involved in the incident were vaguely acquainted. Right, Joe? All right, for some more local news. 20-year-old Passaic man died early yesterday when the car he was riding in crashed into a tree along Route 21 in Belleville. 4 people were in the 1982 Honda Hatchback when it skipped off the highway and flipped over at 1:41 a.m. according to Belleville police. Tashad Marquise Ray, 21, of Passaic, was pronounced dead on arrival at University Hospital in Newark. Rotunda said police would not identify the driver or the other 2 occupants, but said all 3 were also taken to the hospital. 1 was released, while the other 2 remained hospitalized in fair condition. Rotunda, and back to you, Joe.
Now let's get more local news with Phil.
Sure. A beautification project to prepare empty Newark to prepare lots for landscaping by spraying mulch and compost at some. All right, Joe. I think that's.
Okay,
All
Phil. This is Phil DeColo and Joe Saladino reporting for GLTV. Thank you.